to see somebody like Amanda Nunes make it to the UFC, and not just her, Mackenzie Dern, like, I mean, the list to see any woman make it to the UFC, I just kind of look at them and I'm like, bro, you know that road wasn't fucking easy. You know how many men hit on women in martial arts? Like teammates, coaches, nasty ass fucking coaches. You know what I mean? Like, well, there's been women, and it doesn't matter if you're gay or not. A lot of my gay friends will tell you, yo, I've had that dude like hit on me, knowing that she is gay, you know? So I think with like sitting back and watching them, like, I know that road was not easy. Also, being a fighter, you have to not work. It's 24 hours in the gym all day, every day. It's a very broke road before you ever make it there. You know, and if you're a mother, man, how do you fucking do it? Well, he's a blue belt of like 3 stripes, you know?
And ladies and gentlemen, 3 stripes. It is, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you get 3 stripes, sometimes you get 7, sometimes you get 1,000,000, you know what I'm saying? But the belt is what we're after. Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? It's your motherfucking boy, Gamero, the Pharaoh, the poor man's Robert De Niro. You know what I'm saying? Bald version. I got the hat today. And how is everybody doing? You know, today it is another beautiful, beautiful Sunday at midnight in Miami Studios, or Thursday at midnight if we're talking about when you're listening to this. You know what I'm talking about? And before I get to the glorious guest before me, you know what I'm talking about, that I am also very ecstatic, excited to introduce. I know what you're thinking. Where's my right hand man? Ladies and gentlemen, Emmy, and you see that beautiful picture of that man on the screen right now, you know, shirtless, just moving boxes. And that's a picture that's timeless, because a picture is worth 1,000 words, you know, and you see it on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. That man right now, he's traversing a nation, you know, he's out there, you know, he's in an airport, he's stuck somewhere, he's making dreams happen, ladies and gentlemen. He's putting the good name of Midnight in Miami out on the nation, and that's what that man's doing. Ladies and gentlemen, behind the scenes, you know what I'm talking about? There's another man with a damn hoodie on today. You know, the man's looking good. He's got boots on. He's got the whole getup going today. You know what I'm saying? It's Sunday, and if there's anything you know about this man, and this man is an early riser. You know, he'll wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning. So very happy, and oh man, he has the best attitude when it comes to waking up early in the morning. You know what I'm talking about? Behind the scenes, we got Juan Cruz in the hands. House.
What's up, guys?
What's going on?
We're in the joggers. It's cold.
Wearing the joggers, and that's beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, how do you introduce a woman who wears so many hats? You know what I'm talking about? You need a damn a promotion company. You need a therapeutic company. You need an apparel company. You know what I'm talking about? There's many hats that the woman before me wears. You know what I'm talking about? The woman before me is actually responsible for being able to take care of so many of the guests that you have seen on Midnight in Miami beforehand. Danny, Alex, Kevin. I mean, the list, it goes on and on. You know what I'm talking about? Even my main man, Yuli the Monster. Big shout out. The woman before me is also a practitioner of mixed martial arts. You know what I'm talking about? Because to really fix what's broken, you need to be able to dive in there yourself. You know what I'm talking about? Ladies and gentlemen, it is my absolute honor to be able to introduce Amy from White Lion Therapeutic in the hands. What's going on, Amy? How are you? First of all,
good, man.
Thank you so much for dropping on by. You know, there's so many things that we need to talk about, so many things that we can get into today surrounding the world of White Lion, you know. First of all, let me just start off with this. You know, I like to ask most of the people involved in the MMA community how the pandemic has affected them. You know, and before we started shooting, I had asked you if the pandemic was the reason why you guys had dived into or branched out into the promotional realm. Talk to me a little bit about that.
So it was not. We were supposed to open the promotion that year, which was 2020, right? And when COVID hit, it was just not a smart idea to put it out.
Right. No.
But we had already came up with that in 2019. That's when we were already starting to work and talked about doing the promotion and going forward and helping athletes more than just therapy. But you know what? Everything happens for a reason. So this is the time, and the time is now, and the time's now to open the promotion, which I'm really excited. May 15th.
May 15th, you
May
see the
15th.
poster on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Talk to us. You know, there's so many people that we got. Shout out Julian. He's also coming through. You know, he's
Yes,
going to have his own
Moreno.
podcast. Shout out Wanderson. You know what I'm saying? There's so many people that I got to give shout outs to. But if I don't give a shout out to everybody, I'm going to get hate mail. So, so let me ask you.
same,
you know,
bro.
yeah, for real, for real.
I'm sorry if I don't shoot everybody
Yo,
out.
God, I need a damn.
I know, it's a
list.
lot of athletes.
Oh yeah. But how did the idea come to be? You know, was the therapeutic company the first thing that popped off? Talk to me about grassroots. Talk to me about where it all came to be.
I think just being a competitor is where it came from. I do a lot of competitions, and I just kind of wanted to make something a little bit different than what there is out there. There's a lot of great competitions outside of Miami, and some that are good in Miami, and the ones that are good in Miami aren't even from people that are from Miami. You know, so I'm like, yo, these people come here, make money off of us. You know what I mean? Like,
Yo, damn, for
I
real.
mean, not hating the hustle
No,
or
no, no,
nothing,
no,
you know,
but
but
of
I kind of
course.
wanted to help my own community out.
Right.
You know, and at the same time, I wanted to make it for a good cause, which is why we're doing Jiu Jitsu for a good cause for our nonprofit Shoes for Streets. Where
Shout out Shoes for Streets.
Yes,
you know,
Gabriel Verona.
Yes. Talk to us a little bit about that. Shoes for Streets. Where'd that come from?
So Shoes for Streets is Gabriel Verona. He's been doing this for many years. He starts off with some Christmas toys for children. He also does Thanksgiving drive. And then in general, he just collects shoes for the homeless. And I think that's where it started from him, if I'm not mistaken. He had seen a homeless in a garbage can and he needed shoes. So he took off his shoes and he gave it to him. And then he just started collecting shoes, and then it just grew from there. He's a very giving person in general. Like, if you ever meet him, if he ever comes in,
Right.
he loves to give to anybody in need. I think it's just, some people just have it in them. He's that type of guy.
Very cool.
The same way that there's fighters that they just, you know, that's what they're meant to do.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
It's like you're gifted to do something. Well, that's definitely Stunna.
Right. Shout out the Good Fight Foundation too. You know what I'm saying? Just how you're saying, fighters that focus on being able to give back in one way or another. You know, it's a beautiful thing to see happen. How did you personally get involved with the nonprofit?
So Stunna is also a good friend of mine's. And I saw that recently he was doing 100 meals per week to feed the homeless. So on top of everything that he does, he wanted to give them hot meals. So he partnered up with a restaurant, and now he has like a couple of restaurants that are willing to help him out too, which is so great.
Right.
He gives them money, and then they heat up the food. They make the food. We pick up the food. He does. And it's one plate hot meal with a bottle of water. So $500 does 100 meals. That's our goal.
Wow.
So, you know, nonprofits, the bigger you are, you really don't know where your money's going to.
Right.
With Stunna, I know where my money's going for. So, you know what I
Right.
mean? That's why I wanted to do the Jiu Jitsu for a good cause, to help him keep feeding the homeless. As a community, I think we all could do that.
Definitely.
We have amazing fighters on the card, which is so exciting because people are going to want to come see them.
Right.
If we get a good turnout, people get to donate. And then from there, we just go and feed the homeless, which is the goal.
And that's the most rewarding part about it, you know, to be able to compete and do something that you love and still
Yes.
be able to help other people while doing at the same time. That's just, you know, I commend you. I commend both of
Thanks.
you for that, you
Yeah,
know.
for sure.
You know, did he have the original idea for the nonprofit?
No, it was my idea. I wanted to do. He knew that I always wanted to do a promotion, and he was always like, "Oh man, you got to do it, do it, do it." He was always like,
yeah.
I think he was like the main
Pushing
person
you.
that was like, "Oh, you got to do it," you know?
Hell yeah.
And when I finally was like, "Yo, I'm doing it. There's a it's legit company. We're doing it." I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it for Shoes for Streets." And he was like, "I'm with it." You know, it's just, it just went. Sometimes things just flow.
Right.
You know,
Right,
so
right, right.
it just flowed, and it was, I don't know, man. I really feel really good about this, and I feel like we can make a change in Miami with the homeless, with jiu-jitsu, and just combine everything, you know?
Right.
So hopefully everything goes good.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
That really is nice. How reassuring is it to know that you know where every single dollar is going into at the end of the day?
Exactly. And like I said earlier, you know, not pinpointing like the Red Cross or United Way or what, but really, where the fuck is that money going?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if okay, yeah, I'll give you guys $10. Like, you really don't know where it's going. At least with us, we definitely show, and we always videotape, not to like exploit homeless, but to make people aware.
Right.
Hey, this is what we're really doing. This is really where your money's going. And you know, maybe it hypes other people up to want to do the same.
Right.
You know, so like, exactly. It's not really about exploiting. It's about awareness of what's happening. You know, so even with this going forward, we're going to videotape everything. I'm probably going to pick some fighters to come out with us.
Very cool.
To help us feed the homeless. We usually don't bring a lot of people because there's no need for that.
Right.
Usually it's been me or him, or he goes and he picks somebody else, or if it's another company who has given him money or whatever, they go with him. So this time around, I think we're going to ask some fighters, whoever is down to go, to come with us, and then they could see how everything is, you know?
That actually, it brings me into my next point regarding misconceptions. And there's so many when it comes to you, when it comes to what people originally thought of you. Sometimes them thinking that you're a man, you know, when you're speaking. Misconceptions about MMA fighters and, you know, them just being, you know, these beefy jocks that just want to beat up people. But
and they're really like 110 pounds.
Watching anime at the crib. Like, that's all of
like, that's it.
Every single fighter I know is just watching anime at the crib.
They're like 110, watching anime. They don't drink. They don't go out. They don't smoke.
Yeah, right.
They're like, they're vegan.
Right. So talk to me about misconceptions in every aspect of it.
So with White Lion Therapeutic, obviously it's a lion. So I think people think that I'm a man. So this is probably going to be like, what? She's not a man.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I guess
Spoiler
it's because,
alert.
Yeah, I guess it's because it's not a lioness or a fucking flamingo or I don't know, like something feminine, a bird.
Right.
You know, it's like a lion. So everybody thinks I'm a man. Like I was telling you, I hate doing podcasts and videos and photos. It's not really my
You're in
thing.
the right place. You
I
know what I'm saying?
I'm here though. I got to do what I got to do. You feel me? But, you know, it's not really my thing. So when you go to my page, you really don't see my face. You know, I don't feel that I need to be up there. I think my fighters need to be displayed. Maybe my technique with the promotion too. It's about the fighters. It's about the nonprofit. It's not about me. You know, so I definitely don't like to be, hey, look at me. Oh my God, I'm a woman promoter. Or, oh my God, I'm a woman who works in MMA. Won't catch me saying nothing like that.
Right.
It's just not my thing. And if people are like that, then cool. You know, that's their vibe, but it's not really my thing.
Right.
So even with the promotion right now, when fighters hit me up, they're like, oh my God, I want to fight. Yo, I'm down to fight. Yo, my brother, I'm down to fight. I'm 165. I'm a black belt, blah, blah, blah. I represent this. And I'm just like, okay. So, oh yeah, we'll get back to you 100%. Thanks, man.
Right.
Never correct them. Keep thinking I'm a man.
Yeah, right.
Really don't care.
Right. Keep them thinking. Keep them guessing. Keep them guessing.
Yeah, keep them guessing. It's not a big deal, but it's funny. It is funny how this is a man's world. It's not easy being a woman in the mixed martial art industry.
Was it difficult to break into?
Yes. It took me a while.
Why do you say so?
I don't know. I've gotten tried a lot. Money has been stolen from me. I've gotten pushed, called a bitch. Just a lot of things.
By men?
By men, by fighters. Yeah. Yeah, it's happened, you know? So it's a rough road, but at the end of the day, I'm a pretty tough girl. So,
Haters gonna hate.
Bring it on.
Bring it on.
It really don't matter.
Oh, I gotta love it.
Really
gotta love that attitude.
Like,
gotta love that attitude.
You want to play that game? I mean, we could play that game if
For
you want
sure.
to. You know what I mean? And then I have people who have met me and just we vibe like Yuli Monster.
Right.
Off
Big
the
shout
bat.
out. Big shout out.
He's like, oh, you know what I mean? Like we just vibe like Danny Chavez.
Hell yeah. Big shout out.
Total respect to what I do, and they totally back me up in everything. And they're there, like Stunner. Like there's a lot of men who totally appreciate how I am, and then there's pussies who don't.
Big
You know
shout
what I'm
out.
saying?
Big shout out pussies.
But you know what? Nothing in this world is fucking easy. Because if it
Facts.
would have been easy, there would be a lot more people doing what I'm doing. They're not. There isn't. There isn't.
Where did you learn your skills? Where did you learn to get a damn broken body and bring it back anew? You know, where does it all come from?
Experience, really. And really, my clients. Each and every client that I have has taught me. So if somebody comes in with a broken meniscus, the next person that comes in with a broken meniscus, I'm going to know what to do. So obviously, it's experience. It's like learning Jiu Jitsu.
You're right.
It takes years to get that black belt, you know? So that's why I always say I'm a black belt in therapy. I always tell Daddy
that's a
I'm
bar.
a black belt in therapy. Facts.
That's a bar.
Yeah.
That's a bar. That's a bar.
Yeah, because I've been doing this for almost 10 years. And throughout those 10 years, if I haven't learned how to fix somebody by now, I'm not doing it right.
Right.
So I know that I'm doing the right thing. Like, I have no doubt that I know how to fix somebody.
Do you have to have some sort of like a poker face when doing some sort of treatment, or when someone comes in for the first time because, you know, they're thinking, hey, you know, I got a sore thumb, and then you look at them and it's like your spine's broken, you know, like so like, or you don't want to concern them to be like, yo, this is a serious ass injury, or like, what do you?
If it's a serious injury, I tell them you're in the wrong place.
Oh, for real?
Here's your money back.
For real?
Yep. I've done it many times. I can't fix you, you know? If usually people who have been on that serious of an injury won't necessarily come to me unless they don't have insurance. I've seen that.
Right.
I've seen that, you know? But, you know, everybody's different. I don't like to accept people if I can't do nothing for you. If I can't heal you, there's no reason for me to take you on as a client. It ruins my reputation. I don't get nothing out of this because I can't heal you.
Right.
And that's what makes me happy, is to make sure that my clients are 100%.
Right.
You know, so I just send you off on your way. Plain and simple. I've had people come to me with negative energy. Just like negative people. Just like
just to not, like to have a bad day. Like,
just to like have a bad day, or like, I don't know if they're naturally like that. And there are people like that. I'm sure. I think everybody has came across somebody who you've met and you're like, oh,
yeah.
this person's fucking toxic.
For
you know what I
sure.
mean? So that happens sometimes. You know, so I've had people come to me like that, and I've also sent them around their way. Don't come back here, bro.
Yeah, because I got, there's nothing.
This job isn't about money.
Right.
If it were to be about money, I would be a big chain. Like Massage Envy. Right. You know,
Right.
but I'm not. I'm private, and it's me and my clients, and it's built off of like 100% recovery and like a positive energy. You know,
talk to me about the different methods that you use in recovery. You know, everybody talks about or sees the cupping. You know, you see the ladybug marks in the back. You know, there's so many different things that you do. What are some of your favorites or most effective in your opinion?
scraping.
Oh, and that
Scraping.
it hurts,
Yeah.
but it works.
We should try it.
Oh, for sure.
It hurts to certain people.
Okay.
There's people that have done it and do not even flinch.
Okay.
Those are usually women.
Respect.
Yes. Those are usually women who take the scraping tool like...
Respect. And that's just a damn like a metal spoon just going in your back,
Yeah,
right?
well, mine's
Yeah,
is... I mean, I
so-
have different ones.
I don't know what scraping is. Could you explain?
Yeah.
Like, I really don't.
It's like a metal bar, and then you scrape it on the muscle. Like, you use it as a tool, and you hit it across the muscle, right? It's heavy. It's cold. It's metal. So it has more of a deeper pressure. So what it does, it takes the lactic acid off of your muscle, and it also could, like if you have spasms, it breaks them down. So it breaks down spasms. That's how heavy it is. It's so effective though, you know, depending on the injury, because scraping is not really good for everything. And if you don't know what you're doing, you really shouldn't be using it. I
Right.
see other therapists out there just scraping. I'm like, this fool does not know what he's doing.
Like it's a damn Nutella jar. Like,
Yeah, and a lot of people do things because it's cool or it's trendy, you know, or they see another therapist do it, and you know, whatever. I get it, you know, but you couldn't also really hurt somebody too.
what are your 2 cents on oh my god, the therapy when you put the needles in?
Oh, acupuncture?
Acupuncture. There we go.
Well, I don't do acupuncture.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's Chinese medicine.
Right. But do you? Because I know there's 2 schools of thought. There's some people that think it's effective, and some people that just plainly don't.
I have yet to try it. I do have so many clients who have tried it. I think it's bullshit if you're trying to lose weight and go do acupuncture.
What? I didn't even know that was for losing weight.
Like I'm doing acupuncture to lose weight.
What?
Like, bitch, go run.
For real?
Like,
Yeah,
drink
like,
some
what?
water. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't. That's where I don't believe in it.
Of course.
Some people do it to not smoke anymore.
Okay.
Like cigarettes. Man, I hope it works for you.
Right.
I don't know. I have yet to hear anybody
like a
saying,
little-
shit, I stopped smoking cigarettes because I did acupuncture.
Seems like a placebo effect of anything, but like a little sugar pill, like when you go to the
Just fucking
doctor.
put the patch on. I mean, I
right.
don't know, So, I mean, there are people who have done it and have been successful. Like, I think I had somebody with neck pain and it said that it really did help them out. But I also think that there's a combination of things that make you recover, which I explain to my clients too. Like, yeah, you could come get this massage, but just make sure you're drinking water, that you're eating your greens,
Stay hydrated.
that you're stretching. Like, if you're an athlete,
Right. Right.
be careful who you're rolling with. Watch out who your training partners are.
Watch out for those white belts, bro, because they don't know what they doing. Shout out me, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out me.
Sandbagging, though, because this guy's been a white belt for like 4 years.
Hey, respect, bro. I'll give a damn white belt demoted out here.
That's hilarious.
Damn. What would you say, kind of switching over to the promotional side of things, what would you say is something that you look for in a fighter when you're looking for someone to be at one of your events?
I'm looking for a stud. Plain and simple. Like if I know you've lost like 4 or 5 other fights, like please don't sign up.
Oh, damn.
Like, straight up. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Don't. Because, what makes promotions look for you is the fact that you are a good fighter.
Right.
I don't want my promotions to be one of those promotions where we feed athletes tomato cans. You know what that is?
Oh, yeah.
I definitely don't want that to happen. Ever. Hopefully. Never.
You want even
I
matchups.
don't respect that. I don't respect promotions that, give fighters, okay, I'm gonna give you this girl or this guy who's like has no experience, been a year or 2 fighting, and then go up against a stud who's like 5-0, just to give them that 6-0. And I get why they do that. There's a whole science behind that as far as like money wise and
Right.
promotions, and I get that. But again, it goes down to like my passion into the sport, where this is where I want to change promotions. I wanted to do White Lion promotions because I wanted to change it up to my taste, like to make it a little bit different, definitely make it different. And that's one of the things on my list that it will not happen. So if you're good, then you should go up against somebody that's going to challenge you, because that's the beauty of martial arts.
100%, bro. I'm still getting
Learn.
emotionally. I'm getting emotionally over last night. Ben Askren taking that damn fall with Jake Paul.
Oh, that was a fucking joke,
bro.
though.
Like,
Come on.
bro. At least, bro, I've seen better acting in pornography films. Come on, like, what's happening? Like,
Did you think it was acting?
Askren took a fall, and you can quote me on that. I'm sorry, it was, bro. Like,
So this is my thing. Like, you want to challenge a wrestler to box you. Because that's what Ben is. He's a wrestler.
Right.
He's not, has he ever been known to be a striker, first of all?
No.
Never. He's a fucking wrestler. So, like, if you want to fight an MMA fighter, go fight somebody with striking.
right.
Go fight Adesanya.
Right.
And in reality, me and Chavez were actually talking about this today. So this is fucking great that we talked
Shout
about it for
out
like an
Danny.
hour. He was telling me, which I didn't know, that Jake's weight class is 185 or 195. That's how much he weighs. So in reality, if he wanted to fight somebody in his weight class, it would be like Yoel Romero. Right? So like, just even thinking of that.
Right.
And Yoel Romero is also known as a wrestler, but he's got hands too.
Yeah.
I don't know Yoel, by the way. But shout outs to him anyway.
Shout out Yoel. I mean, bro, even Frank Mir did a better job. Frank Mir was a little impressive. He went the distance, all right?
Yeah.
And he was a whole 271 pounds, all right?
Yeah.
He went the distance. Ben Askren took 3 or 5 rounds of stand-up versus Robbie Lawler with 4-ounce gloves, and he didn't get knocked out. I don't buy that for a second.
100.
Like, and that's just me. I don't know.
It's again, going back to these promotions, that's about like money. And I get it. I mean, if you want to look at it in a promotion aspect, like business wise, It was a fucking amazing event.
Right.
Mad money.
They had a robot.
Celebrities.
A robot.
Fucking robot.
What the fuck was that? They had a damn.
They had a transformer.
A transformer in that bitch. They had a whole transformer in there.
Yeah, they had
Justin
fucking-
Bieber.
Yo, Justin Bieber.
Snoop Dogg, like,
Snoop Dogg.
so
Snoop
like
Dogg.
business wise, yo, like shout out to that promotion for real.
Yeah, Oscar de la Hoya, super not sober, you know, for
somebody
sure.
mentioned that. I
Oh
didn't
my
get to
God.
watch it completely. Somebody was like, "Oh man, and Oscar de la Hoya for sure was coked up, bro."
Dude, Oscar de la Hoya was fucked up. Like, it was bad.
Oh no.
It was bad. It was for sure.
I don't know
Damn.
much about fighting, but when Ben got back up, has his hands
Yeah,
up.
but his legs were I don't know.
Well, first of all, like I knew this was gonna be. I mean, I've been known for months this was gonna be
Right.
such a joke, you know. But in the weigh-ins to see his body, I was like, "Come on, bro!
Oh my
At least
God.
you should have ran a little bit." Like,
Yeah.
he wasn't even. You could tell he didn't even prepare himself for this. And as a
Right.
fighter, even if you are going up against Jake Paul, you should at least get a little bit of fitness in. Like your cardio was definitely not there.
100%. 100%.
So him being knocked out, I was kind of like, "Is it real? I don't know. Is it
Right,
fake?
right,
I don't know.
right.
He didn't really look his fittest. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so
yeah.
I don't know, man.
I mean, what is it? 500K for a minute and some change? That's not too shabby for him. It's not too shabby for him. I'm sure.
But he is done.
Yeah,
I do
he's
believe
done
Ben's
so.
done.
He's
'Cause
done so.
It's
I mean-
like you just made a bet with the devil.
Right.
So here's some money, but
I think
your
that's
career
what-
is probably going to be done.
right. I think it's $500,000 for your career because
Yeah,
I mean
it's wild.
That's kind of
And that's really nothing.
No, that's really nothing if you think about it.
Yeah.
That's really nothing if you think about it, which kind of brings me into my next subject of thought. What do you think of compensation in the MMA world? It's such a debate, you know.
Oh man, these fighters are so
you know,
underpaid.
so many people talking about, hey, Dana, pay the man. Pay the man. You know, even damn John Jones, one of the biggest names. Mind you, he is, you know, asking far more
Right.
than some other fighters. But, you know, early on, you know, UFC fighters, give me your 2 cents on that.
It's kind of tough because I kind of see where the promotion probably doesn't want to pay everybody, because it's like if you pay somebody $1 million, you'll
Right.
have to pay everybody probably
Right.
fairly, at least a little bit more than what you're paying them.
Yeah,
you
right.
know, or then fighters start walking too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you definitely don't want that. I don't know how if that would happen in UFC, because UFC is like,
Such a monopoly.
yeah, it's like number one.
Right.
You know, but in my promotion in general, I always said that if I ever did go down that route, maybe in the future, I would definitely want to pay amateurs.
Very cool.
And that's something that I don't think anybody's doing.
Why is that?
Because they're greedy. It could be because they're greedy. Who knows? Maybe they're
Right.
not. Maybe they're not. Maybe it's just, it's an old law, or that,
Right.
you know, it's been something that's never, it's always been like that.
Right.
Nobody ever pays the amateurs. So I think promotions just kind of stuck with that, and they just kept it going. It could be that, you know. I really don't know why they don't do it. I know that when it comes to me, if I ever do get to that point, I will pay amateurs.
Hell yeah. Are you guys basing, for jiu-jitsu, you guys are basing it solely off belts? Or are you guys going into weight classes? What are you guys doing?
So for May 15, every event's going to be different. May 15 is purple and brown belt, no gi, sub only.
Oh, sub only. I like
It's
that.
8 minutes rounds.
Oh my God. I'm tired just hearing. I'm tired just hearing that, bro.
8 minutes, EBI overtime, 1 round. And, you know, the fact that it's purple and brown is where it's exciting.
Oh yeah.
The skill level is definitely there.
What would you say would be different had black been in there?
I do have some black belts.
Okay.
They're doing super fights, though.
Very cool.
Yes, I have Gabe from 10 Planet. He's the owner of 10 Planet Miami, against Wonderson, who's a black belt out of MMA Masters.
Big shout out.
Yes. I also have 2 other fighters I haven't announced, so I'll just leave that there. And then I have a super fight with blue belts, which is Alex Martinez
Shout out.
versus a kid called Jamie.
A kid called Jamie, bro. That's
Yeah.
a memoir right there. You know what I'm saying? A kid called Jamie.
It's like
right
a book.
there. For real, bro. That's a whole movie franchise right there.
So the super fights are cool too, you know. The bracket, I think, is like really exciting.
Oh my God, so excited. You got so many names in there.
I have so many names, and I'm so blessed and so grateful for each and every fighter who is down to compete. And all of them say the same thing. Oh man, it's for a good cause, so I'm with it.
That's
you know,
so cool.
as of right now, I have 12 purple and brown belt men.
Wow.
I wanted to hit 16. So, I mean, I still have some time.
That's sweet 16
But
right there.
yeah, but 12 is actually really good.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and then I have 8 women.
All right.
These women, you know, I did a poll on my Instagram. Who is more excited to see the men or the women? And it was like 79% the women. Even the men who were fighting were voting for the women. So these women are ruthless.
No, I believe
they're
it.
not friendly.
I believe it.
There might be like 2 girls in there who are friendly. You know what I mean? But most of them, like I have this one girl, Kate. So shout out to Kate. She's like, yo, I'm going to murder everybody. Like, and I'm just like,
and she's super humble as well, as you can tell.
But she's cool as hell. And she's super good. You know, I have a 10 planet girl who's a brown belt, you know, she's going to high rollers on Tuesday.
Very cool.
Super cool. So I have a lot of talent there. I have a girl from Fight Sports. I have a girl from MMA Masters. I have 2 girls from Aviv Jiu Jitsu, which is an amazing all-women jiu-jitsu school, which we usually don't have here.
Oh, wow.
That's I think they're in West Palm. I'm sorry if I'm mistaken. Somewhere in Broward, for sure.
An all-female jiu-jitsu school.
Yes, so it's ran by Luana and Baby.
Right.
Yeah, those are 2 black belt world champs. And they have started this women's jiu-jitsu school, which is called Aviv, and it's super dope.
Yeah.
Something really cool about when all women just get together and fight each other.
Right.
You know, it's a total different vibe.
Yeah.
You know? It's hard being a woman in the sport, for sure.
100%.
Especially when you're a competitor. You know, it's a whole different ballpark. So when you're trying to like practice for a competition, it's good to have a squad of girls.
That's so like crazy to hear, because I have a lot of friends who are not entirely familiar with the scene of MMA and UFC or even fighting, but all of us generally agree, like, we find the girls fighting way more
so much entertaining
because they're just so ruthless.
Right.
So like
they do not go down.
These
they
girls
just keep swinging. Keep swinging.
Yes,
They're
so like,
shout out,
swing.
shout out Amanda Nunez. You know what I'm talking about? Damn.
They always fight to the death.
Yeah, I think that's like the woman's intuition, the lioness that comes out in women. You know what I mean? But I'm super excited about the girls bracket. Not you know, I love my men too. But like the girls, I'm really excited for them because they're really in it to win it. And like each one of them has told me, oh, you know, I'm going to win this, right? And there's 8 of them. And they're like, you know, I'm going to win this, right? I have one girl tell me, you should just pay me right now.
Damn.
Yeah, you know, and the men are just like, yeah, man, you know, we're going to have a good time. And I'm like, yo, you sure are. Yeah, it's so different. You know, sometimes I feel like men are a little bit more humble with certain things than women. You know, it's so crazy. I always say that male MMA fighters and jiu-jitsu guys are so different too. It's so wild, man.
Like night and day.
So different. I think there's a lot more ego in jiu-jitsu than, I hope jiu-jitsu community doesn't kill me for this, but than MMA. And some people will disagree with me on that. And it does depend on the gyms and stuff like that. But I feel that if you've been punched in the face one time and been knocked out, you're going to get humbled.
Oh my God, yeah.
You're going to get humbled.
And also I've sensed, and this is my own opinion, I've sensed this kind of like, especially from the true purist jiu-jitsu people that train in it, there's almost this like weird back and forth between like an MMA and a jiu-jitsu practitioner, because normally someone that does MMA will not do as much gi work as someone that does solely jiu-jitsu, just because some of the moves in gi are not applicable in MMA because you don't have a gi. What are your 2 cents on that? You know, do you think the gi does play a role? Do you think it's kind of not needed, or?
I think that it depends on your time in the sport. And let me elaborate on that. Look at Gilbert Burns. He's like one of my favorite fighters. And he'll have a fight coming up in the UFC and you would see him competing in IBJJF.
Oh,
like 2 weeks before. And he'll be doing gi and no gi. And then there's fighters who are like, I'm not going to compete in jiu-jitsu. I have an MMA fight coming up next week. I don't want to get hurt. you know? So it depends on the fighter. This is also somebody who has been doing jiu-jitsu, who's from Brazil, like all his life.
Right.
You know, he's been probably in the gi since he was in diapers. Like,
Right.
you really,
right.
you know? So if you're starting the sport at like 20 years old, then I really wouldn't suggest you to spend all your time in gi if you're trying to do MMA.
Right.
So I think that's more of like a coach, like, hey, don't worry about gi. We're going to, you know, practice wrestling, wall work, ground work, whatever. I really think it depends when you decide to go into a sport. My son is 10 years old, and he's been doing jiu-jitsu since he was 5.
Wow.
He's a white belt.
Damn.
Sandbagging.
Bro. Meet me at 205, bro. Let's do this.
Yeah, he's been doing jiu-jitsu since he was 5. So I feel that, you know, and he does gi, and he loves gi, and he does no gi as well, but he does no gi with me, and his school is just gi dominating.
Oh, wow.
So, like somebody like him, I could totally, let's just say he does become into the MMA scene when he's in his 20s. I could see how he could still go to a gi class and do no gi and then still do MMA, because it's something that you've already been in.
Right.
Yeah, it just depends. It really does.
Do the you know, him being involved in it or interested in it in such a young age, especially given your line of career, excuse me, do you get concerned regarding the injuries at all, or no?
With my kid?
Yeah.
No. He actually broke his arm in soccer.
Oh, wow, bro.
You would think that he would break something in jiu-jitsu.
And you using the damn feet in soccer, bro.
I know.
You know, like
he like fell, like broke his arm. It was crazy. I'm like, oh my God, not even jiu-jitsu,
like,
you know?
You think, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like a freak accident or something.
I'm not concerned about his injuries at all, you know?
Very cool.
I actually massage him and I stretch him out and I do all that
Nice,
stuff.
yeah.
I have him in strength training too. He has
company perks, you know?
luxury.
Right.
Yeah, he does strength training with Grind Fitness. So shout outs to Grind Fitness.
Shout out.
He does personal training. So I think that that's important too.
All right.
You need strength training if you're doing mixed martial arts.
Right.
I'm a big believer on that. I think you need strength training regardless.
Right.
Like, lifting should be a lifestyle. You know, and I tell him that you're going to live in the gym for the rest of your life.
Right.
Like, don't think you're not.
Boom.
Like, you need to work out every single day. You know what I mean? Like, that's just, it's a lifestyle.
Right.
You have to be healthy. You know, with COVID happening, most of these people passing away were overweight and not healthy. You know, and yeah, there was some healthy people who have passed away too for like complications. You know, it's a very touchy subject.
It is.
But if you're healthy and you're drinking water and you're exercising, you could beat the virus a lot more. You know, you have more of a chance. So,
Right.
you know, I tell him that. Like, I give him those examples. I tell him, you know, you have to work out. So it's super important that he does strength training and then he still does his jiu-jitsu.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Talk to me about your experience, your time being in the corner of another fighter.
I really haven't done it much. I think this is the second time that I'm doing it. I'm going to go corner Stella Fernandez for 420 at High Rollers.
Shout out
Las
Stella.
Vegas.
Shout out Stella. Shout out Vegas. Shout out High Rollers.
Shout out High Rollers.
There we go. Hell yeah.
They are so dope. But yeah, I've trained with her for so long. We've never been in the same team, but we've been rolling for 4 years.
Oh, wow.
So it's like training partners without being in the same team. So I kind of know her style. So I think that that's important too. Being a corner person, you have to know your fighter. You know, so I mean, it's gonna be fun. You know, just most of the time, it's like go out there and just have fun when it's jiu-jitsu. I think if it would be MMA, I would definitely not be in anybody's corner. I will call somebody to help you out, though. I know a lot of people, but I would not be in an MMA corner whatsoever. But with jiu-jitsu, yeah, it's a little bit more different. It's a little bit more calmer pace. I'm excited to even have the opportunity and blessed for her to even pick me to go with her, you know what I mean? Which is fucking great. We're going to have a good time,
Oh, yeah.
you know?
Oh, yeah.
She's getting sponsored by Wiz Khalifa. Buds.
Shout out Wiz.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's
Wow.
big.
Very
her
big.
rash guard, we saw it today. It's like Wiz Khalifa and then like her last name Fernandez. So dope.
Very cool.
Man.
Hey.
Super dope.
Awesome.
Yeah. So she's representing them. That's also a woman's bracket. It's brown and black. And they're gonna go up against some of the badass women in throughout the United States, honestly. She has people from LA, New York. I mean, all different places.
You know what's crazy about crazy and also beautiful at the same time about jiu-jitsu is that it's one of those things that the first time you watch it, you don't know what the fuck is going on. The first time I watched jiu-jitsu, I know who won, who lost. I know what was going on.
You're like, they're on the floor.
Yeah. There's a lot of movement. They're flipping around. That's all I know.
She's sitting on her. That's all I know.
That's all I know. And then kind of when you start training it, you start seeing the submissions and the transitions, and it's that part is one of the most exciting aspects of it for me personally.
Yeah, because you know how hard it
Oh
is
my
to get
God,
there. It's like,
right.
Damn, you got the arm bar from there?
Right.
You know?
Oh my God. That's beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, every single week we have two segments. You know what I'm talking about? And the first one is actually the movie review of the week. You know what I'm talking about? And that means that I ask our guests, our illustrious guests, whomever that may be, on set today for a suggestion, a recommendation, anything that they can suggest to our listeners, a movie, a TV show. Hell, we've had a video game in here before, you know what I'm saying? Anything that you can suggest that maybe something that you binge nonstop. I know there was something you were talking about before the show started, a TV show, Miami from the 80s. But whatever it is that you want to make it, make it your own, something that ideally is 5 stars that, if you were to look at every single person that's watching this today, you'd be like, hey, listen, you need to watch this now. What would it be?
Wow. There's a couple, actually, that I would want everybody to watch. I love Iron Fist on Netflix.
Iron Fist. Is that Marvel?
It's Marvel.
I haven't watched that one.
So you gotta watch all of them, because I think there's the Defenders too. Or you're gonna chime in?
Iron
All right, he's coming in.
Yeah, that's the Marvel. That's your Marvel guy right there.
Let's go.
I'm the Marvel guy.
Yeah,
That's the Marvel guy.
Yeah.
Iron Fist is the one with the yellow bandana.
Okay, yeah, for
and
sure.
He fucks people up.
There you go.
Yes, there's Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones was
My
nice.
favorite.
She was
she's
the actress
dope.
was great in Breaking Bad. Tremenda overdosing scene. I'll tell you that.
Really?
Oh yeah,
She looks like she
Breaking
would
Bad?
fucking overdose.
Yeah. Great scene.
I don't remember her on there.
In Breaking Bad, she was,
I mean, I haven't seen Breaking Bad in a while. That's old.
What was
Season
his name?
2.
She was what's the guy's name?
Jesse.
She was Jesse's girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta
Jesse's
go back.
girlfriend. Very good.
So I
very
heard
good.
Dexter's coming back out too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Never watched
What? Oh,
You
so
never
good.
watched Dexter?
So good. So
Yes.
good.
Dexter, no, you gotta get on that. No,
Yeah, I
will.
100%.
No.
Dexter's amazing. So I heard there's a Dexter's coming back.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I heard that was happening.
Okay, very cool, very cool. Anything else that and what was it that you were talking about before the show?
¿Qué pasa, USA?
Oh, ¿Qué pasa USA? That's
They
beautiful.
were like, I've never heard
I
of
was like, yo, are we? What's happening right now? Like, is this coming out?
Yes.
Is this a new show next year?
No,
Like,
it's from the 80s.
all right. And how would you narrate? How would you summarize the plot of ¿Qué pasa USA?
Well, it's a Cuban family that lives, I think, in Calle Ocho.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes. So, like, the grandchildren are American.
Okay.
And then the family is like Cuban, hardcore Cuban. So it's like the transition of coming to the United States and living here in Miami.
It's like a Cuban George Lopez
But it's a
show.
comedy. So you've seen Scarface, right?
Yeah.
What's his name?
The lead?
The brother, the guy who sleeps with the sister.
Okay.
Manolo,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So Manolo was in Que Paso USA.
It kind of gives me this whole like a Cuban George Lopez vibe.
Yes, just like that, but in the 80s and funny as hell.
Okay, all right.
'Cause it's Miami, you know?
Miami. How many stars would you give it?
Oh man, I'll give it a 10.
10. Golly,
And
that's
I'm not
beautiful.
even Cuban.
Damn.
I'm not even Cuban.
Where are you from? Where's your background from?
Colombian, Guatemalan.
Okay, all right. I would have never guessed it.
Yeah, I should have told you. What do you think? I've gotten Dominican, Puerto Rican, Hawaiian.
Those are all great guesses. I'm not gonna lie though.
Yeah?
Solid
I'm
guesses.
like, no.
Solid guesses.
I rarely get Colombian
God.
or Guatemalan, but yeah,
Or Guatemalan.
I'm a mix.
That's beautiful. And okay, so ¿Qué pasa USA? We got one there. The Iron Fist.
Iron Fist is good.
Why Iron Fist? I didn't want to cut you off earlier, but I
just
didn't
really liked it.
I didn't like it.
Really? You know, a lot of people have told me that.
Yeah.
What'd you think of
Well,
Punisher?
did you see The Defender? Punisher's great.
I like the Punisher.
All right, so let's switch to Punisher.
I never watched Defenders either.
No?
No.
So you got to watch all of them. in order to watch the Defenders because it's all of them combined.
Yeah, I heard.
Fire.
It
What
sounds
kind of
like
Marvel guy are you?
It sounds like a good
Bro.
He's done all the movies, I'll tell
I
you
know all
that.
the movies.
I like X-Men though.
Oof.
X-Men's cool. I'm a big X-Men fan.
I just did an X-Men marathon.
Really?
Oh, love it. I love it.
Yes.
And I will say, I liked the scenes in X-Men that they did with Quicksilver and how they did like the fast/slow motion a little bit better than they did Flash.
So you know Mortal Kombat's coming out too.
Yeah, shout out Michelle for giving us a screener on Wednesday. Yeah, please slide on through.
If I'm in town.
Yes, if you're in town for Mortal Kombat. For some Masters peeps, I know that much. But yeah, so we're gonna watch it on Wednesday. Looking forward to that. That's gonna be an absolute.
Super excited.
banger.
It looks good.
Super excited.
It actually looks good.
Finally, we get a decent Mortal Kombat movie. You know what I'm talking about? Talk to
The other
me.
one was trash.
Oh my god! Yeah, it was pretty bad. Hopefully, the visual effects will kind of carry the weight. But I wanted to ask you, what has been one of the biggest hurdles so far in starting your own promotion company and starting your own and having the first event? Because a lot of it is like, hey, we're planning to do this, we're planning to do this, we're planning to do this. But then the day that you're like, we're doing this, it's a whole nother thing. Talk to me about that.
I think Miami has a lot of fake people.
Amen.
You know what I mean? It's a lot of people like, oh my God, yes, you're doing it. Yes, I'll support you.
Right,
when
right.
the time comes, it's like crickets.
Right.
Not that I'm expecting much from people. I think that being a business person, you already know that this is going to happen. Like for me, I knew that starting a new business was from zero.
Right.
This isn't my first rodeo at events, by the way. I've worked with startup companies from Silicon Valley. I worked with 2 of them. And those 2, I had to throw events in Miami. So Miami Beach. The difference is I wasn't using my money. So I was like, spend.
Open bar.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was different, but it's crazy because looking forward now, I'm kind of like, wow, like this is why it happened.
Right.
So you get that experience to what I'm going to do right now. I get a little bit of everything. I own the parking business too. I had a parking lot in Las Olas, and I still had a White Lion on the side.
Wow.
Yeah, so I did that, and believe it or not, just every time I open a business or I start something, it's always from the bottom. So I'm not really like,
Right.
It's supposed to be like this.
Right.
This first event is where I have to showcase my best because everybody's watching, and I know that.
Oh yeah.
But I have surprises for everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, I have big names. I have our next event already planned out. I have a next nonprofit. I have huge names coming out for the next event. So I'm just really excited. So I don't know. You just got to showcase what, I got to show what I do. That's basically what it comes down to.
And you never turned down a challenge. I can see that,
No, I don't.
God,
I'm in it to win it.
Boom, that drive, that determination. It's contagious, ladies and gentlemen.
It really is.
It's contagious. Where did it come from? There's some people that wake up, boom, I'm going to play 3 hours of video games. Some people wake up, boom, I'm going to chill. Recently, we got a damn treadmill. I got 25 minutes every morning that I'm convincing myself to get on the treadmill, and then I get on the treadmill, and that's half the battle right there.
Yeah.
Where do you get it? Where do you get the motivation? Where do you get that drive, that perseverance from?
I mean, I think being a single mom definitely gives you a drive, but with that being said, I have known single moms that don't have drive, or being a parent gives you a drive, but not everybody's a good parent.
Oh, facts.
So I feel that it's something that you're naturally born with. Also, there's things in your life that happen that make you tougher. And I think that's kind of what happened to me. I've had a tough road growing up, which is why when people try me, it's like, I've been tried a lot worse.
It's not my first rodeo.
It's
not my first rodeo.
It's not my first. That's all you got. Yeah, because that's reality. I grew up with a lot of gang members when I was younger. I did a lot of, I went down the wrong road, bad relationships, bad friendships. Like, it's happened. I'm 38 years old, so by this age, I think that I've learned a lot that has made me have a tougher skin. You know, so, and I've always been a hustler, no matter what. Since I was a kid, I was working at the age of 14. You know, so I've always known to be a hustler. Like, to survive, you got to make your own money. I was out of my house by the age of 17, living in the Overtown. You know, and from there I went to the beach, lived in 7-1, went to Hialeah for 5 years, like, been all over the place. So, I don't know. Sometimes journeys bring you to where you're at.
What was the moment that led you to the world of MMA?
So when I owned the parking business, there was so many fights.
For real?
Oh man, I had to literally be walking around with a gun.
That was Fight Club at night, bro. You don't talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, like, I literally had to call the cops like every fucking weekend.
What the hell?
So Memorial Weekend, I would be like, oh my
Oh
God.
no, Memorial Weekend, olvídate, yo.
Believe it or not, one of my craziest nights, it's New Year's Eve, was definitely our craziest nights. And
Wait, crazy is as far as like fights or busy?
Crazy as far as busy, fights, and like just wild things happen. Like, I've literally had, like, people get drunk. This is Miami.
Yeah.
You know, so people got like a drinking problem down here.
Those are plans, by the way. Oh, let's meet up at a parking lot and drink. Like, those are Miami plans.
Yeah.
In case you didn't know, like, that's a thing to do.
Yeah, it's like normal, you know? So, like, I would see people come in the same car, go to wherever they're going to, and then come back super trashed. So, like, a big thing about me was, I'm not giving you your car back.
Nice.
I'm not gonna let you go down the road. You can't even walk, bro.
Yeah.
You know, so that used to be an issue because, oh, you trying to steal my car. It was like this big thing, you know? Or friends would start fighting in the parking lot. There was a parking lot fight like almost every weekend.
That's
with friends most of the time, like people who knew each other. It wasn't even like randos because they were just so wasted, you know? So again, being a woman, I was the first woman owner in parking in Florida.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's absolutely insane.
That is crazy. Wow. I don't know how many. I know there's only like 2 other women promoters, the owner of Invicta. And then I think there's Rose Gracie is her name. She's
okay.
Gracie. She does World's Jiu Jitsu in California. I don't think there's any in Miami. So
I've never heard of
at least not yet. If I'm wrong, then please correct me.
Right.
You know what I mean? But besides that, like as far as Miami comes, I remember there was Fight Night back in the days.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was ran by a woman too.
Okay.
But she was somebody's wife. I forgot her name. Carla. She was a beast though.
In what sense?
And in the sense of being a boss.
Like a businesswoman.
Yeah. So I think she ran it. So I would like to say that she's definitely was more of the promoter. I think the husband who passed away was the owner, or I don't know if they both were. I really don't know. So I'm sorry if I'm wrong. But she was definitely the one doing a lot of the matchmaking. She would deal with the vendors. She would do a lot of stuff. So I remember talking to her for a little bit back in the days. And she was a boss. She was cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, every single week we have two segments, you know what I'm talking about. And the second one is actually the quest for the truth. You know what I'm talking about. And in this segment, I pick a card, a random card. And actually, I can just feel Emmy judging me from saying that.
Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. And I pick a random card from this deck of cards, and I ask this here question to the audience. You know what I'm talking about, or not the audience, the guest, and the illustrious man behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Just
Mr. Marvel.
Yeah. Just trying to. And I saw you caressing that whole beard right there. Oh, that luscious beard right there. That's beautiful. That 3. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to. Easy or hard? Easy or hard? All right. This one's.
Oh my God! Just say it already.
What's the last random thing that made you smile?
I don't know. I feel like I'm smiling all the time.
True. But I guess like something, you know, if we're going to specify something that someone did solely with the intention of making you smile.
Oh my God, bro. This is like the hardest question. I really don't know. Can you
not-
pick another one?
I'll pick another one, but they're all
I
in
feel
this.
like I'm always smiling though.
Once we've got a question that nobody knew Like, we were all stunned.
What was the question?
It was like, if you could switch your body for a friend for a day, what would you do and why?
Oh my God, how do you answer that?
And it was a good question because we had like a lot of
All right,
in mind.
This one's a little bit easier.
Okay.
But you can't get out of this one. What is something you think everyone should do at least once in their lives?
Oh.
And obviously that applies to you as well.
Oh, go ahead. You first.
Fall in love.
Respect. Damn,
wow.
hitting us with the fortune
Get in
cookie.
a fight.
All right. I thought you...
Physical fist fight. Thank you.
Nice.
I think everybody should literally fight at least one time in your life.
Both answers are pretty much the same. If you
I've
think about
actually
it.
met men, and I'll ask you this: have you ever gotten into a fist fight on the street?
In school.
What grade?
High school.
Okay. Some men would tell you never. Have you?
Yeah, elementary, middle school,
Elementary.
high school.
Right, but not like right now as an adult.
No. Like close because of like traffic arguments, but never.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Damn, Miami under traffic.
Oh,
bro.
it's insane.
It's so
But no,
bad.
but the thing is that like I've noticed, especially from my experience, that at least speaking of fighters, after they got involved in MMA or after they got involved in boxing or lo que sea,
Yes, they stay away from that.
they stay away
So
from
that
that.
happened to me in parking, going back to that, which is why I started Jiu Jitsu. Was, oh shit, I'm gonna learn something to like self-defense, because I had a gun, but I also worked with a lot of cops that I did therapy on because I still had a white lion going, and they would tell me, okay, what are you gonna do if they take the gun away from you? You know what I mean? So I got into some weapons like defense classes. I did that for a while with some cop friends of mine, and then I got into jiu-jitsu. They were the ones who were like, you should really do jiu-jitsu. So I got into that. Once I got into jiu-jitsu, it was crazy. It was like I had a girl charge at me, drunk as hell, in the parking lot.
Are you serious? Right
She
now?
was like 115 pounds. This little preppy ass girl.
Shout out.
Shout out to the preppy girl. So she comes charging at me to like fight me. Yes, full body. And I was like, and I just stepped to the side and she fell on the street.
Oh my God.
You know,
I'm embarrassed for her, yo.
Yo, but I was like, oh my God, like, I will kill you right now.
Right.
For me, like, I would destroy you,
Right.
you know? So, like, in my eyes, I was like, oh my God, had this been prior to martial arts, I would have been like, let's fucking go, bitch. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I would be like, I would probably be down to
Right.
like get into a fist fight. And
Right.
martial arts does humble you.
100%. No, when I get into
I don't want to get into, I haven't gotten into any fights. Like, I don't want to. Like, I don't even want to be in that scenario,
Yeah.
you know?
Bro, when I get into traffic arguments now, I'm like, bro, I'm a 4-year white belt. Like, calm down. Let's pump the brakes because you don't know what I can do, all right?
I could choke you
Right.
with the lapel.
bro, wear a sweater and you don't know me, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But what are some inspirations as far, because I mean, you have to be a fan of the sport as well, being so involved in it, so involved in the recovery, in the fixing process of fighters. I can only presume that you're a fan of the sport as well. And what are some inspirations as far as like athletes that you enjoy to watch currently or enjoyed to watch when you were getting into the sport?
I enjoy all of them, honestly. I love all fighters. I think they all have something special within them. You know, I do enjoy a lot more of the women.
Yeah.
You know, just because it's very hard to see somebody like Amanda Nunes make it to the UFC, and not just her, Mackenzie Dern,
Right.
like, I mean, the list to see any woman make it to the UFC, I just kind of look at them and I'm like, bro, you know that road wasn't fucking easy. You know how many men hit on women in martial arts? Like teammates,
Right.
coaches,
Right.
nasty ass fucking coaches.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, well, there's been women, and it doesn't matter if you're gay or not.
Right.
A lot of my gay friends will tell you, yo, I've had that dude like hit on me, knowing that she is gay. You know? So I think with like sitting back and watching them, like, I know that road was not easy. Also, being a fighter, you have to not work. It's 24 hours
Right.
in the gym all day, every day. It's a very broke road before you ever make it there. You know, and if you're a mother, man, how do you fucking do it?
Yeah.
Like you're training, you got your kids, you probably got your man, you know what I mean? Like, so fucking much respect to anybody who's a mother and an MMA fighter or even doing jiu-jitsu. Like, it's a lot more easier for a man. I'm sorry. It really
No.
is.
You
You
don't
know
have
what I
to
mean?
be-
Like, you have your wife who's going to back you up and she's going to be, you know, and most women are going to be there for supportive roles. It's very rare to see a man being the wife to an MMA fight. You know what I'm saying?
Right, 100%.
Like holding down the house, like working, cleaning,
'Cause
you know,
most-
where he's not training. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, most I can think of a lot of female fighters that their male counterpart is a fighter as well.
Yes.
You know?
There's some out there. It's very rare. But yes, most of the time when you are in a relationship and MMA is with somebody who's in MMA.
Right.
But that's in any world. Like you have
You
like
find common interests.
yeah, it's like if you're a bodybuilder, guarantee your wife is a bodybuilder too.
Right. Shout out Rafa, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, what's up?
Rafa Turo.
He's a great guy.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome dude.
Yeah, every time he takes off the shirt, it's like looking in a mirror. It's insane.
He's sent me a lot of clients, so big shout out to Rafa.
Hell yeah. Big shout out. I know he's doing his thing out in Cali right now. You know what
Yeah,
I'm talking
super
about.
dope.
Speaking of Cali, do you enjoy traveling? Do you enjoy, getting the chance to, do you constantly get flown out or do you constantly go on trips?
Yes,
Talk
I
to me
do.
about that.
So I started traveling when I started doing jiu-jitsu because I would want to compete here in Miami and it would always be against one of my clients.
Yeah, no. So
And
do
it's
you
like-
take it or not?
And like my clients to me, like any one of them would tell you that I'm always like super lovable and like they get to see the best side of me because I got a lot of love for my clients. So then when I have to fight against you, I'm not that nice.
That's smart. I'm gonna break you. I'm gonna fix you after. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, you got my number,
you know?
But like, with women, it tends to be a little bit more, you know what I mean? So like one time I had to do a combat jiu-jitsu fight and I went up against one of my clients.
Oh my God.
So it wasn't your regular jiu-jitsu. It was combat jiu-jitsu.
Explain for those who don't know what.
And again, I was the first woman in Florida to do combat jiu-jitsu.
Gang.
There really hasn't been another girl combat jiu-jitsu since the one that I did. And of what the promotion told me was that they've never had a woman in Miami to do combat jiu-jitsu.
What is combat jiu-jitsu for those who don't know?
So it's jiu-jitsu with open hand slapping.
Yeah, that Nate Diaz, baby.
Thus, yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Basically. Yeah. So I went up against my client. So it wasn't just regular jiu-jitsu. It was literally like as soon as she hit the floor, I started slapping her,
God.
And I ended up winning. So like that was great. But she got mad. Like she was like, she didn't want to give me her hand afterwards.
Oh,
She was like, yo, like, it was like this whole thing. She went on Instagram and she's like, yo, you're going to have to see me for the rematch. And I'm like, are you fucking for real? So, I mean, that was a couple years ago. So ever since that incident happened, I said, I'm never competing in Miami again. And I never did.
Wow.
And I never did. So I go to Atlanta, I go to Cali, I go to Colorado. I go wherever there's another competition to compete against people that I don't know. And what's crazy is when I go over there, people are so much more nicer. So like I end up becoming friends with people from over there. You know what I mean?
There's
It's so
something in the
wild.
water over here. I don't know what it is, but
It's that traffic.
It's that traffic. It's that traffic. That's
It's that
exactly what
Miami
that is.
traffic.
That's exactly what it is. That's
It's
the
that
thing.
heat.
It's that heat, bro. Oh, cause
Yeah, man.
it could be killing anyone. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm talking about. Today we have had an episode of Colossal Proportions. You know what I'm talking about. Before we continue, can we please give it up for Amy from White Lion Therapeutic? Amy, before we start wrapping up, because I know, this woman's a jet setter. This woman's a traveling woman. This woman, boom, she's on her way to the airport. Catch a plane. Because, you gotta, because that's business.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta be on the move, and every day you gotta better yourself one way or another. Before we start wrapping up, Amy, are there any shout outs in order?
Not in order.
Not in order.
So shout outs for sure to Shoes for Streets for the promotion of being our nonprofit. Shout outs to every single fighter that's fighting in the promotion, and then every single fighter who's my client too. And I wish I could go down the list, but legit, I have everybody, and it's not in any order, and I love everybody equally. So definitely just shout outs to them. And shout outs to you for having me.
No, thank you. We cannot possibly wait.
Shout outs to the other Juan.
All right there, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying there?
Mr. Marvel.
There you go, Mr. Marvel. We can't possibly wait to have you back on the show.
For sure.
You know, we will definitely have to have another one post-event. See how, you know, we'll see some footage, watch some footage, see how it went down, go over some results.
Definitely. Oh,
you know,
man, that'd be
Go over
fire.
some results, talk about the fights, get a little, inside play-by-play about how everything went down. I think that would be a phenomenal episode as well. You know,
great.
Can't wait. Amy, thank you again.
Thank you
so much for dropping
me.
on by. Ladies and gentlemen, every Thursday at midnight, you know what it is. You go on you go on Spotify, you go on YouTube, you go on Apple Podcasts, you go on Deezer. Bro, I'm trying to remember all of them. Bro, we're on even damn Pandora. Bro, you send me a DM, I'll send you a damn cassette. You know, iHeartRadio. I forgot. Damn, you know, I'll send you a damn vinyl. Just send me a Cash App. You know,
a CD.
There you go. I'll bounce that shit somehow. Ladies and gentlemen, every Thursday at midnight, you know what it is. It's beautiful. It's midnight in Miami. Holla.
You can say how you feel on midnight in Miami. When you can push it to the limit, it gets real with only one and ill. You're locked into midnight.